Hello and welcome everybody to the official release of Tarkir Dragonstorm on Magic the Gathering Arena. I have just been sitting in front of my computer waiting for this to actually happen, and it is finally here, and I am ready to do a ton of drafts. Now, you're going to be seeing this a couple of days later, but this will be the very first draft that I'm doing once the official release has happened. And today is Tuesday, and I'm flying out to Denver on Wednesday, which means I'm going to have to make 5 videos in one day just to last me through, of course, the Spotlight Series in Denver this weekend, which should be a ton of fun. All right, now before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you want to buy some booster boxes of Tarkir Dragonstorm or you wanted some singles to round out your constructed decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go for all of those things. Now, additionally, if you want to buy anything, make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, live pads, and more, heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Also, they're going to have a presence at the Spotlight Series in Denver. They're going to have a booth, so swing by the booth, say hi, tell them Paul sent you, and you'll get 10% off there as well. Okay, here we go. I haven't played this format in a few days since the early access event. Let's open something nice. Lotus Light Dancers, 2 blue-black green for a 3/6 lifelinker. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. Okay. Additionally, there's Whale of War, which is a pretty decent card. Inspirited Vanguard is a nice monocolored card. 5 mana for a 3/2 that endures 2. And then when it attacks, you get to endure 2 as well. And this is a card I absolutely love. Mammoth Bellow, 5 mana, make a 5/5, harmonize, make another 5/5. So I think for me, as far as pure power goes, it's really between the Mammoth Bellow and the Lotus Light Dancers. I want to try the Lotus Light Dancers. This is a 3-color card, I know, but if you can find a black, a green, and a blue Renew card to put into your graveyard, that gets you a ton of value. So I think this is a really cool, fun build around that I want to try with. Also, it's really nice with Harmonize cards. If you put a Harmonize card or a Renew card in your graveyard, the Lotus Light Dancers can do a lot of work. All right, moving on here, we have Glacierwood Siege. Teamer. When you cast an instant, you get milled for 4 cards. I'm well aware of this card. Sultai, I can play land cards from my graveyard. So I don't think playing land cards from your graveyard is particularly strong. And generally speaking, this is at best in a Jeskai Spells deck. So I actually don't think Glacierwood Siege is a particularly good limited card. Granted, I did lose to this before. I think I'm just going to take Sibsig Appraiser. Looking at everything else here, there's some Mardu cards here. Some aggressive stuff. And then at common, we have basically Roamer's Routine, but I do love Sibsig Appraiser. I think this is just an excellent value creature that I'm going to take here and then see where things go. All right, moving on to pack 1, pick 3, we have Flamehold Grappler, which is a really, really nice creature in a Jeskai shell. But there's also a couple of really good uncommons, and I think oftentimes in this format, you're going to have to look at the uncommons here. We have Sage of the Fang. This is a Renew card, which allows me to find a green card that gets me value to put into my graveyard. It enters a battle, I put a battlefield, puts a counter on something, or for Renew, I can basically put 2 counters on something, and if they have more counters, then I can put even more. Karakik Guardian is also pretty nice. 6 mana for a 6/5 Flying Vigilance Trampler. This creature has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet. But, you know, I already have a really good 3-color card in the Lotus Light Dancers. Sage of the Fang really goes well with that card as well. So I want to lean into that over taking something like the Karakik Guardian, which I do believe is a really good card as well. And I can, you know, if I took the Mammoth Bellow, definitely taking the Guardian out of that pack. Okay, well, we keep getting Teamer cards. So that could be a sign for me to move in that direction. I mean, I'm not opposed to trying to read the signals and going from there. Here, the best card I think is Songcrafter Mage. Teamer mana for Flash 3/2. When this enters, target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard gains Harmonize until end of turn. Its Harmonize cost is equal to its mana cost. So you can actually use that with the Lotus Light Dancers. You know, you put a spell into your graveyard, and then it gets harmonized with the Songcrafter Mage. I don't love the Aegis Sculptor. I just think this takes a little too much to get going, and Riverwalk Technique, I think, is just a little bit too weak in general. Rally the Monastery is also a really good spell, but I want to take the Songcrafter Mage, and, you know, we have seen some Teamer cards and see if that's where we want to go. But, you know, one thing that seems really open, Jeskai. Is that too tough of a pivot, though, I will say, just because I'm not seeing anything that's good in blue, green, black, or red? Like, Flamehold Grappler is quite strong, and so is Quarry Mountain Stalwart. But maybe I should just try to take something on color here. There is a Kintree Nurturer, which is a totally fine creature to play. Or there's also an Undergrowth Leopard. If I'm going to be a green base, I can just put this into my deck. You know what? I'm just going to avoid the Jeskai altogether. After the first 4 picks, I'm just going to take a weaker card in the Leopard. I've noticed that I'm always really light on 2-mana plays in most of my decks in general. So I am going to take the 2-drop here just to make sure that I have enough things to do early. Moving on here, we have Dragon's Prey and Piercing Exhale as good removal spells. There's also Focus the Mind, which is a card draw spell that I really like, but I do love Dragon's Prey. And I do think I like it more than the Piercing Exhale, which takes a little more build around. So let's take the Dragon's Prey here as a good unconditional removal spell. And hey, outside of the Songcrafter Mage, I'm still liking this combination that we have. Let's make sure we can get some mana fixing to go along with what we have here so far. Still looking like we want to be more of a Sultai deck here. Maybe a blue-green base, potentially splashing black or red. Although, that is a late Molten Exhale. That is a late Molten Exhale. That is a premium removal spell. You know, if you can pick up good mana fixing, I think going blue-green splash red or blue-green splash black or both also works. So I think it's just too much better than Focus the Mind. And getting the 7th pick could be a sign. Granted, it's day 1 of the format, so people are still figuring things out. But hey, while they do, let's just make sure that we just try to stay very flexible here with what we have. All right, now we have Jeskai Shrinekeeper, which is certainly a good card, but like I said, I don't really want to be Jeskai here. There's Temur Devotee, which I think I'm going to take just because of the mana requirements, and it does look like we're going to be more leaning towards being a late game deck, and having a solid 2-mana body that gives me mana fixing for the late game seems reasonable. Not insane, but definitely a reasonable thing to do. Ooh, and I love the monuments. Oh, wow, there's also Temur Tawny back. So Temur seems like it's probably where we want to be. And I just feel like all of the monuments are just fantastic. And you should take it. I do like Agent of Kotis and Temur Tawnyback are both really good. But I'm going to take the monument here because I believe that the monuments are all very, very good. If you can sacrifice them, I think they're all extremely, extremely strong. Given that we're probably going to be potentially 4 colors, let's take the Roamer's Routine here as a potential mana fixer. And now we have another Temur Devotee. Do I want to take that or do I want to take Ice Ridge Serpent? I don't think I want to play 2 of these. So let's take the Manowar creature here and see where this goes. I'll take a Blossoming Sands because this is the type of deck that doesn't really want Highspire Bellringer, which just, makes my second spell cheaper. There's a world where I open a really good white card and I want to splash it. Here we have a dragon, 2 dragons to choose from. I guess I'll try the Stormshriek Feral, but I don't think I really want to take it, or play it rather. All right, this was an okay pack, but noting that really, actually, I thought there was a land in every pack, but there isn't. Or like one of these dual lands, so that's kind of unfortunate. Okay, so where are we looking at right now? We're a blue-green kind of base deck, and we can potentially be red or potentially be black. Here, we opened a really good black card in Sinkhole Surveyor. Now, this card is much better if you can play it early. And if this is on the splash, I do think this card is definitely a lot worse. There is Static Snare, which is just a really solid, straight-up removal spell. Then there's also Roiling Dragonstorm, which is a card that I just love in general. If you just randomly pick up some dragons, this thing just gets you so much value. I also like Sultai Devotee, but I think I like it less than one of these 2 uncommons. And I do think I like Roiling Dragonstorm over the Encroaching Dragonstorm. And now we will value the flyers just a little bit higher and see where this goes. All right, now we have another Roiling Dragonstorm. We have a lot of good uncommons to choose from here. Hollowmurk Siege, green-black. You can choose Sultai. Whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card. Or Abzan. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter target attacking creature. It gains menace. That seems really strong. What do you do? Blue-green for a 2/2 flyer. When a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once. Ooh, that seems really good too. There's also Sig Appraiser, Einok Wayfarer, Sago Palmer. This pack is juiced. Huh. Which one do I want to take? The Siege seems really good. I'm going to take Hollow Siege, but I like all of these uncommons. And given that it looks like I'm going to potentially be 4 colors here, I will have to be very, very mindful of some mana fixing as well. But we'll see. Here we have Constrictor Sage, which I really do like. There's also Rugged Highlands for this potential red splash, but honestly, you know, I don't necessarily have to splash these red cards. I think now we're looking at more of a Sultai deck, but we'll note that given that I have the Monument, splashing the red probably isn't terrible. So I could consider Rugged Highlands, but I do think the Constrictor Sage is worthy of taking. Also, it's another creature I can put into my graveyard with the Lotus Light Dancers, so let's give this a shot. So we are blue, green, black, it looks like, with the potential splash of red. Here we have Lie in Wait. There's also Sandstep Citadel, but I'm not really splashing white. Molten Exhale is a good removal spell, but I do think Lie in Wait is a premium spell. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand, and then this deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. So you get something back and you kill something. I do think this card is a very, very good spell. All right, moving on here, we have Pack 2, Pick 5. Would love a good mana fixer, but Blossoming Sands is certainly not it. That is not the mana fixing that we want. Given that we want to be kind of a Sultai base, what are we looking at here? We have 3 5-drops already, so Ice Ridge Serpent is not really where I want to be. There is a Dragonbrood's Relic, which I personally don't love, but I guess maybe I can try it here. I could also just take another Leopard, but do I want 2 Leopards? I guess I'll just... You know what? Like I said, I've had the issue where I don't have enough 2-drops, so I'm going to take this Leopard, noting that there's a really good chance I don't play this Leopard. And yeah, people are definitely going off the deep end in this draft and taking all the mana fixing. You can easily tell. I don't know. There must be some streamers in here, but I am not seeing anything. All right. Sunset Strikemaster is good. I guess I'm just going to take this just because I don't want another Ice Ridge Serpent. There's also an Adorned Crocodile. But I'll just take this in case I end up back in Teamer. All right, we'll take the land here. There is an Armament Dragon, which is quite strong. Unsparing Boltcaster. When this enters, it deals 5 damage to our creature that was already dealt damage. There's also a Dragonstorm Globe, but I do think it's just better to pick up some lands here. Moving on here, Pack 2, Pick 8. Dragonstorm Forecaster, I don't really care for. Haunting Elder, I don't really care for. Riverwalk Technique is okay. And then the Gurmag Nightwatch, I suppose, can be okay. I guess I'll just take this because it's a creature that, if I'm lucky, I can play early. I don't love this card, but it's playable. Here we have Cruel Truths versus Encroaching Dragonstorm. I guess I'll try the Dragonstorm. Not sure how good this card actually is. And now we have the choice between Einok Wayfarer, Sagu Pummeler, and Jungle Hollow. I'm going to take the Wayfarer. I do think Wayfarer is going to be good in this type of deck, and it's a 2-drop that I like, unlike all the other cards. Here I'll take Reclamation or Riverwatch Technique, or Riverwalk Technique. I'm not really sure. I'll take I'll take this just because it costs 2 mana, but I'm not sure which one's better between the two. Here, there's an Embermouth Sentinel, which is not a creature I love, and there's a Rite of Renewal. I'll take this as a value card, but it is definitely on the slow end, so I don't love it. But it looks like we are looking to be some kind of Sultai deck, although now we opened... What is this? If I've cast a creature spell and a non-creature spell, I draw a card and put 2 counters. I do have a lot of non-creature spells, but on the splash, I don't know if I want this. Honestly, like, this card seems... It seems kind of hard to pull off, and the... I mean, it is huge, though. It's that or Bivouac. The Bivouac is fantastic, especially if I'm looking to splash these red cards. So I'm not sure. All right, I'm just going to take the rare. Look. I mean, look at this thing. All right, now I'll take the Mammoth Bellow. There's a Sagu Wildling, but I'm just going to go for power here. Basically, it's like my plan here is either take the bomb level creature or take the land or Mana Fixer. And yeah, maybe I will just go ahead and play the Monument, Roamer's Routine, and Encroaching Dragonstorm here. Moving on here, there is Effortless Master, which I don't love in this type of deck. Temur Tawnyback is fine. There's a chance I can play this on 3 or 4. It finds me cards. There's also Narset's Rebuke for removal, but I think I'll just take this as a creature. The thing is, if I'm blue-green, I can even just play this as a 4-drop, and it's totally fine. I do really like the Sagu Pummeler, so I think I'm going to take that as just a solid creature. There's Agent of Corliss, which is okay, or Kotis, rather, but I think the Pummeler is a significantly better card, and given that red is probably our splash color, I don't think I need to take another Molten Exhale here. I'm just going to take a decent creature on curve for my deck. Okay, moving on here, we have another Encroaching Dragonstorm. Probably don't want to play 2 copies of this. I already have 1 plus a Roamer's Routine and a Temur Monument as well, but not seeing any of the Temur mana fixing. Maybe I should have taken the other Temur Devotee. I also don't have any dragons, so this also gets a lot worse. I guess I'll just take Trade Route Envoy as just another solid creature. Moving on here, there is Evolving Wilds and Bloodfell Caves, and there's also Temur Devotee, but I think this is definitely a place where I should take, like Whirling Stormbrood I think is just pretty bad. I think I just want the mana fixing, and given that I'm 4 colors, let's just take the Evolving Wilds here. Temur definitely feeling a lot more open again. Let's take the Mammoth Bellow. I do love this creature. And now we have Runescales. Okay, this is actually a decent dragon. I do like this one. 4 mana for a 2/4. I can counter something, and it's a dragon. Here I'll take Dragonstorm Globe as another mana fixer. And we have lots and lots of cards. Okay, so these are our black cards. They're all still splash worthy, I think. But it looks like we pivoted over to a blue-green-red deck. So I guess I'll take the Temur Devotee as just a good mana fixer. All right, what do I want here? Effortless Master, I guess, or the Nest Guard. Again, I don't think I'm casting a bunch of spells, so I guess I'll just take a 3 mana 4/4, but hopefully I don't have to play that either. Okay, now I'll take the 2-drop in the Agent of Kotis. Okay, so these are okay 2s, 4 2-mana plays. All right, well, this will be an interesting build, at least. The Songcrafter Mage also doesn't seem super strong, but we'll take a look. Oh, there's also this creature. I forgot about that creature. Oh, and also this dragon. I don't know if I want more dragons, but I will say we didn't quite get there on the mana base here. So, and we do have to make a fair number of cuts here. Yeah, the Feral seems like the worst of the creatures. Let's see. Blue, green, a black card, a green card, and a blue card. So I can actually put 2 Mammoth Bellows in my graveyard, which seems ridiculous. What black card do I want to put in my graveyard? I guess I don't have a black card to put into my graveyard. But a 5 mana 3/6 lifelinker that puts a Sage of the Fang and a Mammoth Bellow into the graveyard still seems really, really good. I don't know that the Hollowmurk Siege is worth it on the splash. It does put a counter on things, but this doesn't feel like that type of deck to me. I'm not super aggressive, and I'm also not putting a ton of counters on things. Also, I don't really have any dragons. And I have lots of 5, so I can consider cutting this Ice Ridge Serpent as well. Also, we just have way too many spells. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9 spells. I guess not. We have 9 spells. And given that we're going to be a blue-green base deck, I don't think I like the Sunset Strike Master because it's going to be on the splash. Temur Monument. Globe. Globe is probably fine. We do have a good amount of mana fixing, so as long as our opponents don't run us over, but noting that this card is a lot worse when I just, like, if I can't bounce it, like, is that something that I want? Right? The Roiling Dragonstorm also seems kind of on the weak side. Maybe I just cut the Dragonstorm cards and just play the cheaper ramp effects. Also, I just need cards to cut. Full stop. And I'll put this as a 4 mana card. And this is more like a 2 mana spell. There is Right of Renewal as well. I guess I shouldn't just totally discount that as an option. And move this here as well. Yeah, and the more I look at it, I think the more Hollowmork Siege is just not going to do much, especially on the splash and because my mana isn't particularly strong. So we're going to look to just keep the black splash to a minimum. One Swamp, same thing, 1, 2, 3. We have Lotus Light Dancers and Dragon's Prey that we want to play on the splash and the Lie in Wait. And let's try something like this. I'm going to try the Songcrafter Mage just because it's still a flashy rare. And I'll keep the Right of Renewal as kind of another late game value play. But I do recognize that it's a bit slow. But hopefully people don't just run us over. The only other consideration here is whether or not I want to play something like an Ice Ridge Serpent at 5 or just play something like Right of Renewal. Our creature count is at 14 with double Mammoth Bellow. So I just don't think I need that many more creatures. And I'm playing the Temur Devotee, hoping that this is enough to get me to the late game and give me the appropriate mana fixing to play kind of everything else. And then, let's see how this goes. All right. Temur/Black? Okay, let's give it a whirl. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Access to my Patreon will give you access to my Discord channel, which I feel is a really great way to join an awesome community of incredible people who are willing to help each other out to get better at this wonderful, wonderful game of Magic the Gathering. All right. No islands here. Actually, drew an island right away. Turn to Agent of Kotis or Einok Wayfarer. I don't really need any of the lands, so it's kind of interesting. What do you do? Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and haste. When you cast your second spell, make a 1/1 monk token with prowess and attach. Wow. That's good. I'll just play this because it hits a little bit harder. The classic Temur Flurry deck. This is actually a really beautiful curve if they don't have a removal spell. That's still fine because I can still play this and draw a card, which is really great. Temur Tawny back. That's a good one. Hey, but they loot. I get to draw a card. All right, there's our black source. I can also chump with this to then put renew counters on things. Okay. So it's a 5/4, and then they kept up a bunch of mana. Interesting. Let's just play the Pummeler. Pass. All right, let's sacrifice this, get a black source. You know, all this mana that they have available is kind of scary, though. All right, let's play the Wayfarer here. Okay, we did hit a land. Might as well take it. Play the Globe. Let's play the Devotee. And I'm gonna pass for one more turn. They have 3 cards in hand with 6 lands available. Bewildering Blizzard. Okay, that would have gotten us. Although we just have a bunch of dinky creatures in play. We need some late game punch here. We actually milled the Right of Renewal, which would have really been helpful. I guess this is where Songcrafter Mage would be quite nice. The Harmonized make a 5/5 would also be very good. Yeah, I want Sago Pummeler. Okay, well, we're kind of out of action here. Did I have more late game cards in my sideboard? I guess I had the bounce creature. I'm just thinking, like, if there's, you know, something I missed out on. 3 cards in hand. Okay, and then let us pump. What do we want to pump? Let's pump Sage of the Fang. We still have Dragon's Prey here as a removal spell, which is nice. But we do have a lot of good top-end cards, right? We have the Harmonize, make a 5/5, which would be great. Songcrafter Mage would be a solid draw as well. Constrictor Sage is fantastic. Definitely gonna play this. Does this thing have prowess? Okay, let's tap down the prowess creature. Let's attack with those two. All right. Four cards in hand. What you got? They drew a bunch of cards. They have an interesting setup, though. It's like a Teamer Flurry deck. Mammoth Bellow. There we go. Oh, look at you got your block. Okay. Let's play. Wow, auto. I see. Let's play Mammoth Bellow. Let's harmonize. And hope they don't have a sweeper. Mammoth Bellow is ridiculous. It is definitely ridiculous. All right, opponent on the play here. I'm going to keep this. We have no green sources, but we have a 2-drop and a 3-drop in the Globe and the Sibsig Appraiser. So as long as we find land source number 3 or a monument, we're going to be good here. Turn 2 Sultai Monument. Very nice. We have a lot of power in this hand too, by the way. There is the Teamer Monument. Love that. Okay, so we're going to play this. We're going to use that to get a forest. And now we have all of our mana. Okay, so our opponent's ramping, and guess what? We are also going to be going with the ramp plan here as well. Let's play the Globe. Would love a land next turn. If I don't find a land, then I'm probably just playing the Sibsig Appraiser here. Oh, they're gonna kill my Globe. Hey, that's smart. They recognize that the Globe is a very, very important part of my game plan here. Sultai Devotee, sure. Alright, let's go get lands. Or hopefully get lands. Okay. And Sage at the Fang in the graveyard, which is always good. Why would you bounce the monument? I really don't understand that. Why would you bounce the monument? Okay, well, this is something that absolutely needs to die. It's a 6/7 flyer. So I'm just gonna kill this now and just not worry about it. It's a dragon, right? Yeah, let's just kill it. Lot of options here now, though. This gets really, really interesting. What the heck is this? 3 mana for a 3/3 flying Death Touch Lifelinker. Wow. Okay. Well, I do have a Sagu Pummeler, which is nice. So I can potentially play that. They have 2 cards in hand. And then do I want to play Teamer Monument or Agent of Kotis? I think I just want to play double creature this turn. That way I can just block both of these creatures that they have. Basically, the idea here is I just want to slow them down a little bit. Keru Goldkeeper. What does this say? Whenever one or more... Okay. The creature gets flying and death. Man. Sure. Okay. Alright, so they have a 3/3 flyer. What do I want to do now? I have access to... 3, 4... I have access to 6 mana. Lots of really good options. I don't think they have a removal spell, so maybe it's in my best interest to just get the dancers going. So yeah, why don't we do that? Okay, I can put this in the graveyard, absolutely. What else? What else is a good card to put into the graveyard? I guess this is value in some ways. And then I don't want to put Lie in Wait in the graveyard. Oh, I can also put Constrictor Sage. Yeah, maybe I want to do that. I don't really think I need the land. Alright. Let's get an island here. Host of the Hereafter. Okay. It is a 4/4. What is this? Flying Death Touch Lifelink. Okay, well that's super annoying. I can Constrictor Sage it though, which is really good. I think I want to do that. And then I have access to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I do that and then probably just play a Mammoth Bellow is my guess. Another Kara Goldkeeper, okay. Sure. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I can also return things from my graveyard. I can return the Sagu Pummeler from the graveyard, or I can just go all in on Lotus Light Dancers, which is also pretty interesting. They're at 20 life. Gosh, so many good options here. Goodness. Honestly, just getting back the Pummeler seems pretty good. The question is, what's the other permanent I want to get back? Oh my gosh, I timed out. Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay. Well, I guess this actually ended up being good for me. Because I can play this and get back these two. Sure, let's get this back into our graveyard. And then let's play the... Do I want to play the Pummeler here? Yeah, I mean, they have 2 Goldkeepers. I should just play it. Wow, that was not the cleanest. Not the cleanest, I'm going to say. They have 1 card left. Whoa. They already used their combat trick. I mean, I'm going to block. I guess they're gonna give something flying? Sure. Okay, and they got a treasure. Alright. Undergrowth Leopard is certainly a card. Man, there is just so much. Like, my brain actually hurts from just how much I have to track, right? Like, this is nuts. Let's put this in the graveyard. And I don't want to draw this, I guess. Okay. 16 cards left. 3/6 lifelinker. They have 4/4. I don't know why this tap like this. And let's go ahead and put counters on the pummeler. Let's attack. Does this fly? No. Sure. Okay. Oh, come on! Okay. All right. Well, at least it's not in play anymore. So it's a 5/5 Death Touch Flying Lifelinker. Oh! Cards power. Do I have a 5-power creature in my graveyard? I do not. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I do have the leopard for this. God, this format's so hard. I have 4, 5, 6, 9 mana. So 3 mana to kill this. Do I just attack? No, I can't. Wow, what a close game. Please don't draw something here. It's such a close, epic game. Please. Okay, block. Okay. Whenever creature control with the counter. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so ridiculous. What do I do now? They're at 28 life. Lie in wait? I can't kill any of these creatures. My creatures aren't big enough. Alright, let's play the Sipsig Appraiser, I guess. Try to find something. We missed. Okay, this is 9 damage in the air. This becomes a 5/4. Yeah, we're dead. That's unfortunate. Yeah, like their army of flyers was just a little too much. That Tomb Guard was a really good draw, and they're gonna draw 2 cards here. All right, well played by the opponent, and I don't think I played perfectly. This deck was extremely difficult to play. Like, I had so many options, and yeah, I don't know. What the hell? Okay, that's good. Yeah, I don't have enough here. Yeah. All right. Too many flyers, and this was simply just a case of just there being way too many options. The games feel extremely deep. I'm gonna say extremely deep. I think I just want more interaction, to be completely honest. And so, why don't we get the Serpent in here as well? See what kind of middling creature maybe that I want to cut. Let's just... Screw it. Let's go. We don't have any dragons anyways. This deck needs a Saga Wildling really badly. Oh man, that was a tough game. Tough game. Like, so many things you could do there. And I am confident I didn't play that well. So I need to get a swamp with this, I think. And then get an island with Temur Monument. Just given my hand. And then I know I can't play the Tawny back, but then the Teamer Devotee allows me to filter mana into the Tawny back. And this just allows me to make sure that I can cast Dragon's Prey. Yeah, I feel like exactly one Teamer Devotee I want to play. The issue is this is so much worse than the Sultai one, just because this one just can't attack. Like, if there was at least some way for this to attack, that would be great. Why is everybody playing this stupid thing? I don't appreciate it very much, I will say. I think it's between the Bellow and the... Well, yeah, I think I want to keep both of my lands here. Just discard a 5-mana 5/5. Sure. I feel like it's better for me to be able to just cast Ice Ridge Serpent and go from there. This thing has lifelink. That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, the Serpent was good. Gives me a nice little tempo play here. They might have a removal spell, I don't know. Now, if they have a Snakeskin Veil, I guess, or something. Yeah. Okay, I mean, that was their turn. Okay. Do you just... You gotta play something there. 100 Battle Veteran. Yeah, I guess that's kind of annoying. I think I need to kill this now. It's just like my mana isn't great. Oh, yeah, actually, this is fine, because basically the idea is if they block my Tawny back, it's really good, because then I can cast Lie in Wait to get back Tawny back, which is pretty cool. And then save the Dragon's Prey for something potentially bigger. I could also just play a 5/5, but... Let's just get that off the battlefield. Slow them down a bit. If they want to give their Leopard flying, I mean, it takes their whole turn to do so. So that's fine. This is the little 7-mana combo here. Adorned Crocodile, sure. Alright, that's certainly something that they wouldn't mind giving flying. So I can play a Mammoth Bellow here. But I think I want to Sibsig Appraiser for a land. And then play the land and then play the Tawny back. Just get a lot of stuff in play. Obviously, if there's like a great removal spell, I'll keep the great removal spell. But yeah, let's go with the land. And then we can play the Tawny back. Probably discard almost anything that we find here. Whew. Tough choice. It could also be Rite of Renewal, but that seems like just like a really good value play. The thing is, there's a really good chance they give the Adorned Crocodile flying here, and I kind of just want to cast this card just to slow them down. Although I do have Dragon's Prey if they do go for the Adorned Crocodile. Does this count as casting a spell? No. Okay. We have enough blockers here where I can get in with the Serpent. So yeah, if I can find a land, I can go Eshki Dragonclaw plus Dragon's Prey. That's ideally what happens next turn, right? Assuming that they try to give this Adorned Crocodile wings. Which I think there's a really good chance that they do. Alternatively for me, I can give it a stun counter and try to buy some time. That's also an option. You know, honestly, I'm having a much more difficult time tracking this format than other formats. There's like so many options. It's incredible. Sago Pummeler, Adoran Crocodile, okay. They have those 2 cards. I have Dragon's Prey up. I can get 2 permanents back, so maybe I just do that. Oh, hold on. The problem, the unfortunate thing is I can't cast Eshki plus Undergrowth Leopard. Let's get land and Constrictor Sage. Do I want to draw the Lie in Wait again? Let's play the Leopard. Oh, it's beginning of combat, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to hit my land drops. Get the Sage in my hand is also not bad, because just playing this is pretty good too. Especially if they go with the Karsi Revenant line here. We can get a Mountain here and then go Dragon Claw plus Dragon's Prey as well. And then, on a following turn, I can go like Small Creature plus Mammoth Bellow, and that also triggers the Eshki, which is really nice. Yep. Okay. Took a bunch of damage. 2 cards. What the heck? As long as there are 3 or more... This, okay, sure. I just need to kill the crocodile. Oh, and this triggers on the beginning of my upkeep, right? Beginning of combat. Okay, so I need to go like this. Into this. They get a thing. This becomes a 2-4. Or 4-2, rather. We draw a card and this grows. Okay. Can attack. I'm just all for more trades when I'm ahead on board. All right. So now we have Eshki Dragonclaw, and we have the ability to play the Constrictor Sage plus Mammoth Bellow and draw more cards. So hopefully they don't have a way to kill this Eshki. It's got Vigilance, Trample, Ward 1. Rakshasa's Bargain, very, very good card. Good mana fixing, by the way. Sandstep Citadel, Opulent Palace, Jungle Hollow. So very, very nice. It's very light. There's a good chance that this opponent was also just in the exact same draft and just took all the lands. Okay, Adorned Crocodile. It's a 5/5 Pummeler. Interesting. I gotta think about the combat tricks. Yeah, let's just do this, I guess. +3/+3 if they kill something. This plays around +3/+3 and a removal spell, and I get to keep the leopard around. If they have the, what is it? There's like an indestructible, the black indestructible spell, I guess that's bad. Okay, never mind. It was just a medium attack. Wait, I'm not sure what happened. So they put a counter on that thing, attacked, and then now they have a Dragon Sniper in play? Okay. 3 cards in hand, Sago Pummeler. There is the Dragon Sniper, which is kind of annoying. I think I kind of actually just want to tap it down. The problem is I can't really play this. So this costs 8 mana, right? So I have a 4-power creature. Oh, so I can play this for a harmonized cost of 4. So why don't we do that? Okay. So 8/8 Trample War. Okay, let's attack with this. And sure, they could have something maybe, but all right. Got a good attack in, and now we are kind of at the phase where Temur Monument works its way into the equation now. Can get in for a good chunk of damage. Might be in their best interest to actually activate the Leopard and kill my Monument. All right, Inspirited Vanguard. Very, very good card. 5/4, sure. Okay. So now I think I just keep the Eshki back. I think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well... I'm at 8. I want to make this at sorcery speed before they can go block sack to kill the Monument. And then now I think I just put a counter on the Elephant here and then I can attack. Because that way they can't single block and trade with the Vanguard. So having a 6/6 here seems pretty nice. This is kind of the hedgy attack. Like, I could attack with the Leopard too, but they can just block with the Vanguard. But then, obviously, like, I'm representing a lot of damage here as well. All right. Well, we got that one done. Man, these games are tough. They take forever as well. My brain cannot handle all of this. But that 3/3 bounce, the 5-mana 3/3 creature that bounces was definitely solid. Let's keep going. All right, well, I have a 2-drop, a removal spell, and a Mammoth Bellow, so this hand's great. Oh, I should have played the Mountain. Yeah, that was that was bad. Because then I can Evolving Wilds for a Swamp. Okay, well, I'm not going to exhale that anyways, I guess, but still. Well, maybe now I do? Oh, you know what's awkward? I actually can't... I can't actually play the Molten Exile, huh? Oh, wow. It's like actually impossible. For some reason, I thought I could Songcraft or Mage the Molten Exile. Yeah, that's no good. All right, so here's the plan. We sacrifice the Evolving Wilds for the Swamp, then just play Mammoth Bellow. Reigning Victor, okay. All right, well, we're obviously taking that. Let's go get the Swamp. So we have a Mammoth Bellow that we can play next turn, and keeping up Dragon's Prey. We also have Dragon's Prey plus Songcrafter Mage, so Dragon's Prey was an excellent, excellent spell to draw. Hopefully here, they don't have a way to kill my 5/5, because that would be quite bad. Because then they'd get in for 4 damage here with Reigning Victor plus card. Certainly blocking the Alchemist's Assistant if they choose to attack me there. Then I have to probably do something like Dragon's Prey, but then I don't have a good follow-up beyond that either. So yeah, if they kill my 5/5, it's really bad. Yeah. Maybe they give it lifelink? Okay, whatever. We'll just have to Dragon's Prey this thing. Because this costs, what, 7 mana? Yeah, we're not quite there yet. Well, just hoping that, you know, the whatever late game value we get off of all these cards are going to be good enough here. Oh, no second spell. That's good. Wow. I mean, with 2 cards left, like, I don't actually even know how good this card is right now. And if that's the case, I should probably just flash this back. Yeah. It just uses all my mana better. Harmonize is great. It's just flashback. Very, very strong. All right. Another land and nothing for the turn. So that's very, very big for us. Let's attack. Let's play another one. Play the backwater. Just endless 5/5s. 5/5s for days. Rescue Leopard, okay, do not care. Sage of the Fang, also do not really care. 2 cards in hand. Yeah, let's just attack. Ten cards, Oh, I miscounted my mana. Oh, I miscounted my mana. I thought I could just play the Songcrafter Mage. I would have had a 1/1 to block with. The thing is, I mean, this is still probably enough. Like, I can give Trample, I can give counters, they're at 10 life, I got 3 5/5s in play. That doesn't do anything. So if I block, and I make them pump, then what? Then I Songcrafter Mage, kill something. Yeah, let's just block. It just puts them in a really tough spot. Like, I can play this, play Dragon's Prey, and I can still Sagu Mauler and give something trample. Maybe here? Yeah. The question is, do I even need to do that? No, I don't need to do that right now. I could play Sage of the Fang. Maybe that's just better. Is Harmonized Sorcery Speed? I gotta read. No, okay. Okay. No, that's big. Because basically, it's like, I just don't want to die to some bomb rare. So I'm just playing it a little bit safe and keeping up Songcrafter Mage. Plus Dragon's Prey. And even if it's a dragon, I can kill it because of the Harmonized... Well, no. Can I? It costs 5 mana, right? And then this reduces it by 3. Defibrillating... I'm never getting this card right, by the way. Sure. Well, now I have Sagu Mauler plus Sage of the Fang combo. Alright, so now I will just go ahead and play this. Yep. Alright. Okay, slowly getting it done here. I guess I could have played the Leopard there as well. I'm telling you. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going. Okay, 3-1. Opponent on the play here, and alright, we're gonna get an island here, and hope this Teamer Devotee takes us to where we need to go. Let's get island. Play the Devotee. We still need another land. Any, like, forest, mountain... Forest or mountain would be good. Oh my gosh. How do you just fire that off? Oh. Oh, this is a disaster. An absolute disaster. Okay. Well, you know what? At least it's going to be fast. Alright, so they're Teamer. Well, you know, sometimes this happens when you draft a multicolor deck. This is definitely the cost of doing business. We've mostly been able to avoid it for now. We were going to lean pretty heavily on the Teamer Devotee to get us there. Wow, okay. Yeah, we're so dead. We are so dead. I mean, they can put counters, draw cards, like all kinds of nonsense. And we are just too far behind. And this is where, like, you know, cards like Roamer's Routine and Dragonstorm Globe probably are a necessary evil in our type of deck, but it's definitely hurting us now. What do you do? All right. That's fair. Too much stuff. Too much stuff. Maybe it is correct to play both of these just to cast my spells. Nah, I like one. It was a little bit of a sketchy hand for sure. All right, 3 and 2, and our opponent doing us dirty once again with the one swamp in our deck. I will mulligan this hand though. I don't even have the other 2-drop. All right, we'll keep this. Now we have perfect mana. What do I put on the bottom? My hand is awesome. I guess it's the Sage. I like the other 5s better, I think. All right. Definitely keeping the Tawny back, because that helps me just beat down. All right, black, white. Delta, Bloodfly. So they're probably Abzan. Huh. Not having a play next turn is pretty bad. All right, Alchemist Assistant, sure. Drew another land there. Don't want to attack. Just because this thing has lifelink anyways. Okay. Salt Road Pack Beast. Okay. So right now, just because I think this is a valuable creature to not have die immediately, I think it's in my best interest just to play Mammoth Bellow right now. And if they kill this, it's not too bad, right? Just like an army of 5/5s, and hopefully that's good enough. Marshal of the Lost, what do you do? Whenever you attack, target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Got it. Okay, so that's certainly a good target for Dragon's Prey. All right, that was a really good turn. I got to play a 5/5 and kill their Signpost Uncommon. Oh, okay. All right, well, now we're racing. This thing hits really hard. They haven't played like a removal effect yet. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 14. I could just bounce the Battle Priest. And they don't have great blocks. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yep. Interesting matchup. Now they're probably going to put a counter on the Assistant. And we're just kind of in race mode. I will block. All right, we're at 11. We have 2 5/5s. I mean, 2 5/5s is still great here. Okay. Interesting, though, that they did not choose to renew. And so they're representing something really, really great here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue, green, black. I definitely want to get a Mammoth Bellow. And I don't know what my other card is. And if that's the case, then I need to only attack with 1. Okay, let's see. Blue, black, green. Okay. So I get to put a black, a green, and a blue card. So Mammoth Bellow for sure. Is it Constrictor Sage or something else? Sage of the Fang is also a really nice consideration. But I kind of like the idea of just stunning something. And then do I want to put a black card? No. Let's submit those two. Why don't I just tap this down actually then? No. I think I just want another 5/5. Okay. Let's attack. Okay, so they have the Death Touch combat trick? Sure. Yep. Alright, good sequencing from the opponent. So what is... Let me read Harmonize. You may tap a creature, so you can only tap one thing. Okay, got it. Okay, so they gave that thing lifelink. But it's okay, I have a big lifelinker as well. 2 cards left in hand for the opponent. Sinkhole Surveyor, I don't care about too much. Okay, well, you know, they just added a lot of stats on the battlefield. Okay. So they're gonna hit me with this. Ooh. I can play both, which is pretty good. Now the question is, what am I tapping down? I think I need to tap down the Battle Priest here, because that just lets me get the best attacks in. So we go to 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we play this. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Not quite enough for lethal. Very close, though. And I don't think renewing counts as a spell, right? Yeah. Okay, it doesn't count as casting a spell. Sure. They're at 3 life. Okay. Well, now they're at 7. It's really close, actually. Hopefully they missed. We missed, so that's not good for us. Do I really have any other option here other than to attack with everything? They might have it here. It's super close. I go up to 8, though, which is really nice. So I'm not technically dead. Right, so I go up to 8, and this deals 4, 5, 6 damage to me. Okay. I mean, if they're gonna go for it, they're gonna go for it. If they have a removal spell, they have a removal spell. Really close game. They can deal 6 damage to me with the Blood Flies. And I'm playing this just to thin out my deck, because why not? Any pump spell, any removal spell, and I'm dead. If they block with both, they go to 8. Unburied Earthcarver, okay. Okay, well that was their draw, so they have nothing else. Okay, here we go. Any removal spell will be great. Let us put an island. Come on, deck! Okay, that's a dragon. So the issue is this is a big lifelinking flyer. They're at 3. If they block all these 3 creatures here, they take 3 and gain 3. So that's not ideal. If I attack with both of these, I get to eat like this. Yeah, this is not a great situation to be in. All right, I'm just gonna play this dragon. Man, I even got double value off the Lotus Light Dancers, but it's potentially not enough here. Well, you know what? Turns out Baneslayer Angel is good. That is the largest Delta Bloodflies I've ever seen. Oh, they just got 2 creatures back. That's not good. Oh, Whale of War is really good. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. I think they probably want to split this up now, but we'll see. Okay, so that becomes a lethal attacker, so I have to block it now. Sibsig Appraiser. Okay, well, you know what? If I find a spell, I also get to trigger the Eshki Dragonclaw. This is probably the best card I could have drawn. So let's play the Appraiser. And then we follow that up with... How disappointing. That's so disappointing. Whenever you cast a creature and a non-creature. I don't think I need to play the Devotee. So we're just gonna wait. Ah, man. Alright, Bearer of Glory, sure. Come on, just give me an Appraiser or something, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter now because they're gonna gain so much life. We must block. Alright. Come on, deck. Give me a spell. That is a spell. Okay. I can return Ice Ridge Serpent. Yes! Oh, that's incredible. Blue, green, black. 3 damage to... Well, they have this thing, so I have to kill this, don't I? Alright, let's kill Bearer of Glory. Oh my gosh. What an awesome draw here. Yep. Let's bounce the Bloodflies. Okay. That gets big. They're at 11, though. I don't have great attacks. Let me think. This gets blocked here. Yeah, I just don't have a good attack yet. I'm going to keep playing my lands. I'm going to hold the Devotee once again because of the Eshki Dragonclaw. All right. Yep, they're going to continue growing the Bloodflies, but hey, that was exactly what we needed to try to stabilize. But, like, it's still really hard for us to get damage through. And they're still growing those blood... Like, this thing attacks me for 4 next turn still. Alright, well, I mean, that was really good. Okay, and this draws me a card. So let's do that. Let's play Temur Monument. Get an island. Continue thinning our deck. Let's play Temur Devotee. Play the island. Full control. See what we draw. Molten Exhale. Wow. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I'm at 7. I don't have a dragon in play. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I just don't know how I'm going to actually close this game. That's the problem. It probably involves, like, Lotus Light Dancers in some way. Oh, they drew, okay, they drew a removal spell. Okay, fair enough. Oh, well, you know what? The Dragonclaw still got us a bunch of value. And they don't have great attacks. Okay, we are at a bit of a stalemate here. How much does this cost? 6? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 plus... Okay. I just don't have great attacks here, I don't think. Like, can I attack with 2 5/5s? I don't mind trading it for a Marshal of the Lost. Or eating an Unburied Earth Carver. Did they just take it all? Okay. Do they have me dead? They must have me dead. What? I thought I was dead. Okay. I mean, that was a really complicated board. Man, this format's just going to give me the biggest headache. Well, we have 4 wins. That was a really, really epic game. And we managed to hang in there. And really happy with that result, obviously. All right, here we go. 4-2. I made a couple of some tiny modifications, as you can tell. Let's see how this plays out. Let's hope we can find a red source here, or some mana fixing. Team or devotee, something along those lines. If I don't find it, what do I discard? Maybe it's the bellow. Let's play it out anyways and see what we find. There is a devotee, and I do want it. Actually, let me think. Because I have the lion weight, I kind of just want to put a big creature in my graveyard. So let's put the Tawny back in my graveyard. I can't play it next turn anyways. And this is just a 4 damage removal spell with lion weight. They probably have a removal spell. Alright. If they kill Sage of the Fang, it's not too bad. And the next turn I can go Devotee plus Molten Exhale. But obviously it just depends on what they play. Alright, yep, perfect. Oh, is that even better? Just so I don't miss my land drop. So I can go Temur Monument, get a mountain. The 1 mountain. Exhale. Boom. All right, now our hand looks fantastic, right? We have 2 great 5-drops, another way to deal 4 damage here in the Lion Weight. And I don't know what colors they are. They're just kind of everything, I guess. No reason to kill the Sage just yet. I think I'm just happy playing the Elephant here. And then if they kill this, then obviously that changes kind of what we do moving forward. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Teeming Dragonstorm. Nice. Oh. That definitely changes the equation. I mean, the problem is I can't double spell this turn with this. So I feel like casting Lion Weight plus making a 5/5 seems extremely good. So I think I just don't do this. Oh, alternatively, yeah, no, you know what? That's what I can do. So let's do that. Blue, green, black. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Anyways. Okay. Oh! That's how I messed up. Oh, Paul. Whatever. Okay. Everybody spot the mistake. I needed to play the Temur Devotee first. And get that in play. Yeah, I needed to do that. Oh, that was... Yeah, that was kind of bad. Yeah, you know, just still learning here. Use your trick. Sure. Okay. F. Oh, sure. That makes sense. Okay. Ooh, I can bounce this. Let's just bounce the master. Attack. Sipsig Appraiser. If they find a land, they can still play the master. They put wilds in the yard. Tapping that down. Okay. Sure. Okay. Lots of incredible options here. A little bit stalled on mana. Definitely interested in getting Mammoth Bellow in place somehow. But yeah, definitely feeling the effects of not playing the Temur Devotee. But let's just play it now. And then let's play the... I can turn this into a 5/5. Let's just get this in play. If they kill it, they kill it. It's got Ward 1. I still established a pretty nice board here. What the hell? Okay. No Osseous Exhale again. That's right. All right. So they made a 5/5. Ooh, Encroaching Dragonstorm is interesting, but I don't have the mana to double spell here, and I am pretty interested in... Okay, so what do? You make a 5/5 both turns? Well, that's extremely good. I want to play a creature... I want to be able to play a creature plus the Mammoth Bellow. So I think it's the Temur Tawny back. Okay, let's loot. And honestly, I just don't need... Like, I don't need the Dragonstorm. That's the thing. I'm not going to attack with the 5/5. Let's play the Bellow. Okay, and we'll wait. And we'll play the land. Okay. Really nice back and forth here. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. Holy cow! Oh, we're going to need some blockers. But I will have to get aggressive with these 5/5s. Now, I can also go for kind of a lethal setup here if I go Stormstreak Feral and attack. What the hell? Oh, they just want to make a 6/5? Sure. Okay, we drew a Mammoth Bellow. Oh my gosh, they're going to hit me for so much. 4, 5, I have 7 mana. If I can maybe find a removal spell, maybe that's good. Huh. Do I want the Pummeler here? No, I think I want the land, and I just want to play Bellow and draw a card. I mean, alternatively... Hold on. Alternatively, like I said, I can play this. Hit them for 3. Put them to 5. Block whatever needs to be blocked. And then kill them with one of these. Maybe that's just better. Yeah, let's go. All right, fair enough. They still need to block. We have some chump blockers available. Okay. Oh, wow. They're going for a super defensive line here, which is good for me. It's definitely good for me. But they're at 8 life. And we'll see where this goes. Because I also have Sagu Pummeler plus Sage of the Fang. That is a ton of damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I draw land number 9, I can put 2 counters on this. I can put 2 counters on this and then put 4 counters on it. And that's just infinite damage. What can they get back? The Exhale. Okay. But that's not going to work on the Dragon Claw. This is infinite damage. I just kind of had to block everything, I think. Good game, though. Really good back and forth. This was really good. I don't want to take a trillion damage, so I got to do what I got to do. Okay, so I did draw the land. So once again, I can put 2 counters on this and give it trample. That'll make it an 8/8. And then I can put 4 more... Wait, 8/8. Then it becomes a 9/9. Then it becomes a 14/14. 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 5 is 14 damage. 5, 6, 7, 14 minus. Okay. It's not quite lethal. All right, then we're just going to play it slow. Okay. Oh, I have Roiling Dragonstorm plus Runescale Stormbrood. That's pretty cool. All right. They do have the Osseous Exhale. Just kind of want them to use all their spells if possible. Now, next turn I actually have a lethal setup. Well, no, they have a 5/5. Hold on. Okay, let's think here. They do have 2 cards here and a Channel Dragonfire. Let's see what they have left. If they deal with the Dragon Claw, then that becomes problematic. Oh, and they scooped! Yeah, so let's see. That was going to be a 10-10, then an 11-11. So it had 7 counters. Then another 7 counters. It would have been an 18-18 Trampler. All right. Man, like I said, I have to make 5 videos today, and this video has already taken almost 2 hours. But gotta keep going. Gotta go for the trophy. All right. Opponent on the play. I have a 1 lander with a Temur Monument on the draw. If I draw a land, like, it's like I have 3 lands, right? This land, this land. Then I have like 2 more 3-mana plays. If I'm on the play, I ship. But come on. On the draw, one. Come on. Let's do this. Ugh. Not like this. Not like this. All right. Arena's just making it exciting. Come on, deck! You know what? Sometimes you risk it for the biscuit. You know what's funny is my opponent mulliganed too. I probably should have just mulliganed too. This hand was just so sexy though. Look at this. 2 2-drops, like I said, with the Temur Monument on the draw. I don't know. Here, the way I look at it is LSV would have kept that hand, so I keep that hand. I don't even know if that's correct. I'm going to have to ask him. Yep. Okay, found that. Let's play this just because it blocks. Let's hope to hit a land. That's wonderful. Thank you, deck. Missing on Einek Wayfarer is a disaster. Oh, this thing has first strike? Oh my gosh. Not editing anything out. Not editing anything out. We are playing it as it lies here, folks. This is just the nature of me having to learn from my mistakes. Let's keep going. I would have taken 2 damage, and I should have the Einek Wayfarer in play. Next turn, we're gonna go Roiling Dragonstorm into Molten Exhale on something. See, look at them. They just hit their land like a champ, and we missed like a chump. Story of my life. Okay, well, this is just too much. Well, you know what? This is a very sad way to go out. I still think it was an okay keep. Once again, not going to have time to cast this card. I mean, if I can get to Lotus Light Dancers, maybe I can stabilize. But I need to naturally draw my black source. I think the problem when I go green is it's just too tempting for me to go 4 colors. There's just so much power in the uncommons and the other colors where it's just like, you do it and then you just try to make it work with your mana fixing. Now, obviously, in this instance, you know, I mean, this game in particular, we just kept a bad hand probably. But. Okay. It's extremely aggressive. I think I just have to play the Dragon Claw. It theoretically blocks everything. But the thing is, so far, they haven't really needed to cast a removal spell, so if they have one, they're just going to have it right now. Which is part of why it's important to be able to curve out or play things on curve. So I'd be at 12 life, and I guess I could have blocked this Einok Wayfarer if I had that one around. They can also give stuff flying with, like, all their creatures are very, very annoying. And without it, like, enough removal, it's just going to be tough. It seems like they have a removal spell here for the Dragon Claw, though. I have no choice. Alright. I'm ready to just scoop it up. Alright. That was obviously just a bad keep, but a little anticlimactic. But you know what? This deck felt pretty solid. We lost a couple of games to mana issues. This one, definitely my fault. And all in all, we had some really good games. I do think starting out blue-green is really strong because you can splash red and black. I think Sultai and Temur are both very, very strong. You really got to see the power of Mammoth Bellow. I think this card is really, really nice. The Dancers were all right. Once again, I'm not super... like, the Renew cards all seem okay, but it's just really expensive. And I just feel like oftentimes you don't get as much bang for your buck. But we'll note that a lot of the Renew cards are just fine cards by themselves. So that's maybe kind of where the power lies. Outside of that, could have used more fixing. All I had was Dismal Backwater and Evolving Wilds. The Temur Devotees were okay, but I like Sultai Devotee way, way better. If I had it's possible that I am actually just supposed to take them really highly. The Sultai Devotees, just because good 2-drops are hard to come by, and that and the Einok Wafer are pretty nice. But this has been a little bit underwhelming relative to some of the other effects like this that we've seen. There's a massive, massive difference between milling 3 cards and 4 cards, and you miss with this way, way more often. Although I guess it's like Pothole Mole, right? Yeah, I mean, it's a 2-mana Pothole Mole, so it's still pretty solid, but I've been getting pretty unlucky with this. Granted, I did play 16 lands, but all in all, solid deck, a lot of sweet cards. Eshki is pretty awesome. Really happy that I got to play with this and get some value out of this card, and all in all, very, very excited. This format seems extremely deep, highly replayable, and it's going to take a little bit for me to figure everything out, and it seems like a really, really tough and difficult format to play. So if you're a new player, this format is not new player friendly. 100% not new player friendly. If anything, I am having a lot more difficulty following these games and playing these games optimally when I'm comparing this even to Ether Drift. I just feel like there's a lot going on with all the colors, with Harmonize, with Renew. There's just so many options you have. I feel like sometimes I just have 6 cards to work with when I only have 2 cards in my hand sometimes. So that makes it difficult. But of course, as you play this more, it will reward the better player. So hopefully over time, I get accustomed to all of these things. We made plenty of mistakes over the course of this draft. We will definitely make plenty more. But the important thing is learning from your mistakes, moving on to become better Magic players in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Shout out to all the patrons. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for all of your supplies and accessories needs. If you want to just go play with your friends on the tabletop and you want to make sure you have awesome deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, all that good stuff, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.